Hi, this is Katie Ethington. I'm here with Business 483, and I'm in Lesson 5 at the end of Lesson Reflection. A few things I wanted to go over were some things that we talked about in our group, because this week really focused on, you know, funding, the importance of founders, who you need to bring in once you start getting that company and starting making it into a company rather than just making, getting a product or service ready. With this one, I really like the conversation that we had concerning Dud Cosman with the progression through cases A, B, and C. Because on each of these steps, you see that Doug is resistant. He basically wants to be an engineer, but with the benefits of, being a founder, being a senior officer. And on the one hand, it's obviously, his code. He's definitely is one of the founders. But at the same time, he doesn't want to take on that role. So it kind of comes into the fact of how do you make your decisions when you're opening up a company? Is it mostly just you want to focus on your own, you know, on your own goals as for fixing that problem? Is that what gives you satisfaction in this entrepreneurial process? Is it more just finding that niche, making a solution and then selling it off? Is that what is going to make you happy? Because I believe that for a lot of people it would. And then there's also the fact that if you stay on with your company, there's a huge potential of rewards, of things that could go down the line if you just stay a bit longer. But if you make that decision, then you have to take into account that you're going to need to maybe reach outside of your comfort zone. For example, Doug, he didn't want to manage people. He didn't see himself as a leader. That's that's a huge problem if you're wanting to be a leader, if you're wanting to lead your own team and make them successful, make them productive. It doesn't make sense for him to keep this attitude. So it kind of does bring it to the fact that if you're wanting to stay on with all the benefits, with the leadership position, but you don't want to change, then at some point, really, you're not going to be useful to the company anymore. And they'll just get rid of you because at that point, you're probably going to be more of a detriment than what you're good for. And I think that would cause a lot of hurt feelings, even though in any situation here, Doug's not walking away with nothing, but being forced to leave a product of a company that you started from the beginning would definitely be difficult. So I believe it kind of goes into when you go into these things, you need to make your own decision as for what you want to do, how far you're willing to go, and what your exit strategy is. And you need to take that long look at yourself and go, okay, do I want to stay and do what I know I'm good at? Is that going to make me most happy? Or would I prefer to try something new, get outside my comfort zone, and learn and grow? Will that make me happy? So is it either finding and creating the solution, or is it your own personal growth as a leader? And I really enjoyed that conversation because it's something that I personally relate to, because sometimes I really do feel like I want to be a leader. And sometimes I feel like, actually I would prefer the problem solving side of things. So I think it's important when you go into these things that you know what you want to do and you stick with your decision. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Have a good one.